Hi, so today I'm going to start day trading fruits, like literally. So for those of you who are unaware, Moomoo is actually launching their first ever physical store in Singapore at two locations, one at 313 Somerset and the other at GEM, J-E-M. And to celebrate this milestone, they're actually hosting some really fun activities from today until the 22nd of November 2025. Every day until the 22nd of November, the person who brings the heaviest apple to any of the Moomoo outlet actually wins a free Apple share. Yes, the ticker AAPL. So there will be one winner per day per store. So there will be a total of roughly 30 winners over the course of the entire event period. And the best part is that both new and existing users can participate in this fun activity. And for new users, you get to enjoy an exclusive new user sign-up promotion redeemable only in-store. And it's worth up to 1755 Singapore dollars in welcome rewards. But if you can't make it down, no worries. You can still sign up for a new Moomoo account today with my link in the description below. And now, let's try to win the free AAPL share. So as of the time of this recording, it's roughly 11:30 a.m. and I have to be down at the event by roughly 4 p.m. or so. So I have the next 5 hours to try to hunt down for Singapore's heaviest apple. So of course, like any diligent Singapore user, I'm going to use my new best friend, which is ChatGPT. So I'm going to ask him or her or it, sorry to not misgender GPT, on where can I find the heaviest apple. And through a very quick prompt, GPT actually gave me a very simple game plan. And there is this wholesale center in Pasir Panjang, and it's where all the imports unload all their fruits and vegetables and things like that. But that said, I think based on my own recollection, I think this wholesale center itself is basically the supply chain for all the fruit sellers in your normal markets. And they might not necessarily have like the biggest or the heaviest apple. I'm going to visit all the so-called more premium outlets that offer fresher fruits, and they tend to sell those that are bigger. And in Singapore at least, I think two chains come to mind. First, of course, you have cold storage, that is for the upper echelons. And the second one would be Fair Price Finest. And other than that, GPT also suggested this Japanese premium grocer called Mediya. And I did a quick search, and you should pronounce it as Meijia instead. They have two outlets, one at Millennial Walk and one at Great World. Plus, maybe potentially visit other Japanese chains like Don Don Donki. I think Japanese apples tend to be very big and they look pretty good too. And of course, not forgetting the fact that I do have apples at home, and I actually picked the biggest ones to use it as some sort of a baseline comparison. So I'll go to the Japanese outlet first, try to compare it to the current apple that I have. And without further ado, I'll bring you along this journey. So we are here finding the heaviest apple in this Japanese grocer store, and in the spirit of finding something Japanese, I actually wore my only Japanese character shirt. So let's go into it. So we basically spent the next half an hour trying to do some sort of a scavenger hunt at that area. At the front, I think we saw quite a few big apples. So they look big on the surface, but didn't really weigh much. But fortunately, we went to the back alley and we found quite a few different breeds of apple, and we literally went through the entire pile of apples one by one, trying to find the heaviest. This is 320, 368, okay, 354, this 318. So all of them is heavier, but we found the heaviest. This is 424. Okay, I guess we saw the winner. But the interesting thing is this is actually not a normal red apple, right? So don't know whether it affects, but
gold apple.
Yes, it's a gold apple. So we found another one which is green apples. There's two of them. So 710 means there are 350 give or take. But don't forget there is the packaging, the weight of the packaging. So I guess we'll be investing $6 in this apple. Now I think we have upgraded our weight count. Just now I think we measured our initial apple that I got from home. It's roughly 280 grams. So this is more than a 1.5x. This is 400 plus with the packaging, of course. So yeah, we'll now go to the second Japanese grocery premium store. I think Don Don Donki. Let's see if they have an even heavier apple for us. So we detoured and we're eating curry bun now instead.
Ta-da!
Is it nice? I think there is this Chinese place as well that sells fruits, Scarlet. We'll take a look whether they have big apples or not. So I just grabbed one of the bigger apples and it doesn't seem like it's heavier than the golden apple we got just now. So I guess we'll give this a miss.
How about this one? Then we color it red. Woo!
Oh, is it?
Apple!
Then like that I might as well get that one. The green one, this one. I color this red lah, this one. This one's apple. Now going to cold storage at Suntec. Alright, guess there is nothing much at cold storage. We'll go to Don Don Donki next.
Pineapple!
Seems like, especially for Don Don Donki, the apple looks really big. So we got one of the staff to help us weigh the apple. And the pair of apples that you saw was roughly 840, 850 grams. And you plus the packaging weight and also 2 apples divided by 2, maximum it's 400 plus, and it's quite comparable to the golden apple that we got previously as well. But I think in terms of weightage, it's not that much heavier. So I think I'll just stick to our golden apple bet. So to spoil the ending for you, no, I did not win the Moomoo Apple event. In fact, the largest apple that we saw was over 640 or 650 grams. And fortunately or unfortunately, I believe it was a Japanese breed apple. So the direction that I was going was right. But in the meantime, I managed to talk to some of the finance influencers in the local scene. When did you start investing and how did you come across the idea of investing?
I started investing in 2008 or 9 because my friend started investing, right after uni.
So you were
poor.
influenced by a friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were poor.
Started investing when I was in army 20 years ago. Then how I get to know about investing is through my dad. So last time he always walked me through the teletext on the TV.
Right.
Or very, very old school.
I think I started investing, or more like trading, like it's not really investing. Back during my secondary school days, I was using my parents' account to gamble. I wouldn't call it invest lah, to gamble. I was looking at which counter went out the most yesterday and buy it today. Interestingly enough, it worked for the first few times. Beginner's luck lah. After that, I lost my parents' money lah. I started investing for real around, I think, 2018. So my first few stocks were Singapore stocks lah. Yeah.
Okay, so the moment I was born, right, my dad is already a stock investor.
Okay.
So he's been doing it since I was born. I was quite curious what he's doing every day. Then asking my dad, what is this? Then he's like, oh, if this thing goes up, then you can make money.
Right.
Then if it goes to red color, it's another story. Then I told him I like red color. Then he's like, how come?
I think it's 2017. I was 29 and I had my first proper income at that point. Well, I joined the financial advisory industry since I was 21. Yeah, so I'm quite familiar with the whole concept.
Okay.
Well, in between, because I tried to sell ethical solutions, then I wasn't earning much.
Okay.
Didn't even have enough of my daily essentials, so how to invest.
Right. So from 2018 until today, that's a 7-year time frame, right? How did things change over the last 7 years?
I think first I started with like local Singapore dividend stocks. Then I felt that it was too slow. Then I moved to US stocks. But ETF I went for ETF, like SPY, this kind. Yeah, I still felt things were too slow. Then I went into like Tesla, all in one stock. Then I felt that things were too fast.
I'll say when I first started out, I focused solely on Singapore. Right? Then after that, I started to do some stock picking in the US markets. Then I realized that actually buying the index is easier, and based on evidence, it works better than stock picking. So yeah, I think that's the evolution.
Okay.
So I'm more towards the value investing.
Right.
At the very beginning. But then as slowly over the years I progressed, I decided that quality investing is more suitable for me.
Okay.
And also another point is deep value. That means instead of just going value, I went into deep value. Yeah, so I pivoted into 2 branches of investing styles.
I wanted dividend investing. Then after that, I went to REITs investing. Then after that, I went to STI ETF.
Right.
Then after that, I was like, Singapore grow too slow. So we went to US stocks.
So today you are still doing US capital gains growth stocks.
Yeah.
In my first few years, right, I was losing a lot of money. So in my early 20s like that, my friend from my swimming team, her father is an investor, trader. So then my friend told me, hey, why don't you try trading? Then that's how I got into trading also. So I do a mix of trading and investing. So
Okay, so until today it's the same,
Still
investing
same.
and trading. And how do you get to know of Moomoo's platform initially?
When Moomoo came into Singapore, they were offering really good sign-up bonuses.
Okay. How's the experience thus far with them?
Actually, it's quite user-friendly. I think it's one of the most user-friendly platforms that I've had, and I go to when I don't want to think about like which platform to use. And most of my funds are there.
5 years ago,
Okay.
I received an email from Moomoo. Actually, at first when I heard of them, when they emailed me, I don't know anything about them, never heard of them. I only heard of the other very close competitor.
Yes.
And also with all these expansions, it really shows that they care about their customers a lot. So I'm excited to see what happens in the next few years.
I think they first approached me when they arrived in Singapore around 2021, but I ignored them because it was only until a few months later that I realized, hey, actually this Moomoo is legit. So I started researching about them last. Then I started accepting them as a brand. Then over the years, I see that they have added more and more features like Cash Plus, more new markets. So I think they are growing quite fast.
Okay, Ken, last question. I think there is a lot of headline concerns today. You have geopolitics, you have tariffs, AI bubble, interest rate dropping. Are you doing anything special for your investment portfolio?
When all these uncertainties come, right, I think there are normal parts of investing. I don't know who said this, but they say that volatility is the price of admission to investing. So you don't think of volatility as a fine. People think of it as a fine because I invest next month, I lost like one whole month of my pay. But you think of it as a fee, as an entrance fee. Think of it like going to a concert, you pay that $200, $500. It's worth it because in return, you higher potential returns. So I'm not doing anything different because I think of this volatility as just possibly even opportunity for me to buy even more at the deep. So.
Personally, for me, I'm actually more conservative because I've seen my own dad, who is a stock investor, lose a lot of money because he was not properly managing his risk. So I learned from that, so I became a more conservative trader investor as well.
In this current condition, how are you personally investing? Are you doing anything special?
Actually, no, because I quote someone really famous and really good who said that I don't really care about all these small fluctuations and market downturns.
Okay.
I invest for the long term. I'm looking at 30, 50 years.
Okay.
If you were to ask me, I think pretty much everything the same. My strategy has remained steadfast over the decades. It's just that, when valuations are slightly more high, especially in the US market, right? Then I decided to, maybe pivot more towards Singapore market.
I think that markets are high now, but markets keep getting higher. So I will not stop my dollar cost average. In fact, I'm increasing my dollar cost average. But at the same time, I'm not putting in all my so-called dry powder into the market.
Can you share how much is the percentage in terms of cash allocation?
Wow,
Portfolio level.
I'm very cash heavy now. Short story is that I'm preparing for a property move. So I'm actually quite cash heavy right now. I'll say it's actually as lopsided as 60-40 at the moment, which is why I'm increasing my dollar cost average. But also I need to have some funds for my my moving of house and renovation, things like that. Yeah.
So today, clearly I'm not in luck. So I think for those of you who are interested in participating in this event, you can use it as some sort of a benchmark. 600 over grams at least, and then you can put in your entry. But if not, for those of you who do not have the time to head down to the actual Moomoo store itself, you can still use my link in the description below, where you get to enjoy welcome rewards worth up to 1315 Singapore dollars. If you deposit at least 5,000 Singapore dollars, you get $40 worth of NVIDIA, $60 of cash coupon, and an additional $60 worth of NVIDIA, worth a total of $160. So there'll be different tiers depending on your deposit amount, and do take advantage of Moomoo's new user promotions today. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this experience, and I'll see you in the next video, but more importantly and hopefully, I'll see you guys on the moon. Goodbye.